Now let me tell you how I use drive, interest, attention, practice, enthusiasm, and rejection to land a $1 million client. While doing research on our industry, I discovered a company in Nashville that could save hundreds of thousands of dollars by utilizing our services. All I needed was the opportunity to show them how. I was pumped and ready to fly. But every time I called their ad director trying to schedule an appointment, she blew me off. This went on for weeks. Now, I'm a persistent guy, but my confidence was really beginning to wane. No matter what I did, no matter what I said, she wouldn't meet with me. Finally, I decided to share my findings with someone who would care. I called her boss. Not just the head of marketing boss, but the CEO boss of the entire company. If anyone in the company would want to know how to save hundreds of thousands of dollars, it would be that CEO. So, how do you reach a busy CEO? You call them when they're the only person in the office. So bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I called at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, CEOs answer their calls at 6 a.m. because they're curious as to why anyone would be calling at that hour. After telling the CEO why I was calling, he suggested I contact his ad director. I told him that I tried but had been unsuccessful at scheduling an appointment. I made sure not to tell him that the ad director had blown me off. The CEO told me that he'd advise her to see me and that I should call her later that day to schedule a meeting. But when I called, she was pretty upset. She felt that I had overstepped my boundaries by calling her boss. Well, the good news is I had my appointment, but I also had a problem. How am I going to make a good impression on someone who hates me? The answer? I have 2 young daughters, and I knew that whenever either of them was upset, a balloon or a cookie could work wonders. I arrived in Nashville well prepared for the meeting. I was confident that this ad director would be impressed with the caliber of our work if I could only overcome that one small factor. She was pissed. So what did I do? I went to a bakery and I bought the biggest and best chocolate chip cookie that money could buy. When I went to my meeting, I gave it to her as a peace offering. The ad director immediately started laughing and the tension between us was broken. How big a jerk could I actually be if I thought enough to bring her a cookie? In reality, there's no way that a cookie alone, even a delicious chocolate chip one, could help you to win an account by itself. But it did serve as an icebreaker, and it softened her up so that she would be willing to listen to my presentation. In the end, after several months of tremendous efforts, we were awarded the business. I truly believe that it was the qualities that we just talked about that made all the difference. I was driven to meet the client's needs, regardless of the obstacles that they put in front of me. I was sincerely interested in helping them save money. I paid attention to their industry and uncovered their need through hard work. I practiced and honed my presentation to win their business. I was always enthusiastic about solving their problems. And although there was tremendous rejection along the way, I never let it stop me.